Good morning, everyone, or I should say good late morning. It's about 10 minutes to noon. Welcome to Reiki with Christopher Kermie. Christopher Kermie, how is everybody doing this fine morning? Monday morning, to meet my Saturday, but most of everybody's Monday, I would believe. Give me some of that Shire for y'all. There you go. Good morning. Almost afternoon. It is my Saturday, like I said, and I was waking up this morning like, you know what? After my morning rituals, coffee, and podcasts, and all that wake up stuff, I wanted to do a video today. It's about 2 weeks since we did a Reiki video. My last video was Kermie karaoke, and I'm so happy and grateful that I have a spot that I can bring those videos back to life. I had so much fun with those videos, and I still continue to have so much fun with these videos. But for now, this video is Reiki with Kermie. Christopher Kermie, however you want to say it. I've had so many nicknames in my life. Just, working on combining them and stuff. But anyway, welcome once again. And for those of you guys who don't know what Reiki with Christopher Kermie is, I am Christopher Kermie, and Reiki is universal life force energy that is all around us. And me being a Reiki practitioner, that allows me to be a conduit of that energy. So what I bring to my clients is I direct that energy to you and do whatever healing that needs to be done. Reiki knows. Reiki's wonderful. Reiki's awesome. So what we do here on these videos is, before I share some Reiki with you guys, I draw a card. I got 7 decks now in front of me that I hover my hands around, and I will draw a card. And we will talk about that card a little bit, share some of my life experience and see where it goes. It's improv around here. I really enjoy these videos and sharing them with you, a good positive message. So let's just take a moment here for a second before we get started. Take a few deep breaths. Get grounded a little bit. And I wish for the highest message to come clear today for everybody who's watching, including myself, that is sharing the message. People's highest today. What is the highest message today? And what happens is I just hover my hands around here, and wherever my energy feels called to stop, and I stop right here. And this is my angel card deck I had for quite some time. I think it was my second or third deck. I've had these Oracle, most of these cards, for about 4 or 5 years, but I just recently gained a few more decks to add on to the special round of cards here. So what I tell people is I don't shuffle, I mix really good. I just never practice the coordination or whatnot, but I'm okay with where that's at today. Okay, blow on the deck, knock some of my energy into it a little bit, split the deck one more time, and see what message we got for the collective's highest good today. Drum roll, please. And it, so, the message today, after I pick it up, dust it off. Recognize the signs from above. Angels are sending you messages now, but you're too distracted to notice. Stay alert, open to divine guidance. There's a lot of times and a lot of days where I do get distracted. That's a cool freaking card. Look at that. Check it, that 444 right there. Feathers, coins, all the signs and synchronicities that occurred. And there's many others in life. We all get them. If we, like this reading says, pay attention to them. The signs and synchronicities. First of all, have a little more Shira. There we go. Alright, about the reading. Recognize the signs from above. Angels are sending you messages now, but you are too distracted to notice. Stay alert and open to divine guidance. Yes. And there's a lot of days, even when I'm not really distracted, I just think I am because it's out of habit of being distracted. I'm getting divine guidance all the time on a daily basis. And it's pretty sure we do got to pay attention. And there's lots of things that I miss because, you know, we all get distracted. You know, just like the reading says, call me out on my bullshit. Quit being distracted and listen. You know, I remember years ago, this friend of mine, every time I go visit, she'd tell me, you don't fucking listen. Just listen. You're not Mr. Know-It-All. And I know that today. I realize that. And I'd like to thank you for giving me those messages back then when, you know, maybe I had my ego take control over some situations and acted like I didn't know it all. But really, I don't know it all. Take off those glasses. See, kind of blurry. It's more like for reading glasses. But anyway, you know what? The signs are everywhere if we just pay attention to what's going on right now. And I notice those signs and synchronicities if I'm in the moment of now. Those times when I do get distracted these days, I find it easier, I should say, to recognize that and to be back in the balance and to say, hey, wait a minute, what do I got? All I got right now is this moment. What's right in front of me? What solutions do I have right in front of me? And usually if I'm honest with myself and stay in the moment, I get some of those messages. And sometimes I'm just walking through life, not a clue, confused, just taking it day by day sometimes. And eventually messages come. You know, sometimes, and I'm sure you can vouch for this, sometimes it feels like you're waiting for years for a message. But sometimes that's on purpose. Sometimes we got to walk through some stuff. Walk through the trenches, walk through the shit to get to the messages we need to hear. You know, I believe, and I'm starting more and more and more to believe as I get older, is somehow, for some reason, we designed this to be here now, in this moment in time. You know, yes, it is confusing, and yes, I do get sometimes blurred messages about this, but I totally believe that. I mean, why? What else are we doing? You know, that to me is the message. That to me is a message. You know, I think about this often. And I'm sure a lot of you do the same thing. It's like, I question all the time, why are we here? What are we doing here on this planet? And then I get messages like this. Recognize the signs from above. We got to be the miracle. There's got to be a reason for us to be here. I know I get on tangents sometimes, but you know, I just improv it. Whatever comes out, I just let it flow. I'm practicing that more and more instead of just judging myself and saying, you know what, I better not share that. I will be judged. That's how I ran my life for a long, long time. I'm sure a lot of you can relate. So that right there is a sign and a message that I, as a person, have grown. As a spirit, I have grown on this earth plane. We're still here. The people breathing, watching this video, that to me is a message, you know. And We are just messengers. Earth angels is the message that I keep on hearing lately, and that's exciting. So that tells me we are here for a reason, you know. You see all the crap on television. We're like, why? You know? But we're here. We're here for a reason. I know I'm not like that, so that tells me right there that's fucking distractions. Turn off the television. Yes, it's everywhere. Yes, it's all the time. Yes, it's on our phones constantly. The worldly events going on. Like, we need to know what's going on everywhere. Our life's enough to keep track of, you know what I mean? Anyway. Angels are sending you messages now. To me, this video, me getting inspired and waking up, having a thought as soon as before I even got out of bed that I want to do a video. That to me is the message. And you guys can take it any way you want. But to me, I'm spreading the message. We're sharing the message. However you want to look at that. Just be aware of yourself. It's my biggest suggestion with this message. Just be aware of the moment. And we do what we can to be in the moment. Because really, in all reality, that's really all we got. You know, yes, life happens. You know, we are living in a society where we have to work every day and pay bills. And, you know, yes, there's lots of times I wish it was different. And, you know, things can be different. Always. But this is where we're at right now. What are we going to do about that right now? For one, for me, I'm going to share these videos and hopefully not only get messages for myself, hopefully be able to share messages. Because when I do these videos, I also get uplifted. I'm giving myself a message. If it come from Reiki, the universal energy source, wherever I get those downloads from, I just share them. And I believe that's how we all work in ways, you know. There's that free will and our higher power source's will, which I think eventually they all coexist together because we're all co-creating here on this planet. Creating whatever we're creating. So let's create something positive. Let's create something meaningful. Let's create something with purpose. All right? Let's be that sign from above. Because technically, we are the ones we've been waiting for. So we are the ones who are co-creating with this power. And that's all I got to say about that, okay? And with that note, I would love to share some Reiki with you guys. And I, hope you guys got something out of that message. And if you did, awesome. If you didn't, awesome. That's just the way it goes. I just share what I share. No script. Just pure improv. And that's the way I like it. So on that note, can you guys just take a step back with me? Take a pause. Just gather into the moment. Take a deep breath. Deep belly breaths. Feel that in the diaphragm. Let it out. Share that universal energy with you guys. And if you guys are interested in some Reiki or finding out more about it, message me below or message me on Facebook. Christopher Kermie Dunlap is my Facebook. You can get a hold of me through there or right here on the comments. Like and subscribe and say hello. And let's do some Reiki, shall we? All you got to do is to see. If you guys don't have to do nothing, just be here now. That energy is all around every one of us. And we all have the ability to connect to it. Like right now, I feel that it's coming out of my fingertips and it just feels warm. safe, comforting. Just receive and breathe. All for you, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you guys have a great day. And until next time, I'm Christopher Kermie. You can call me Chris or Kermie. It's your prerogative. And this is Shira. Shira means harmony. I love it. I found that out a few years back when I got this. And I knew somebody named Shira, and I asked her what her name meant. She said harmony. I'm like, that's perfect. Anyway. I was about ready to say be blessed, but I think I'm going to change it up real quick. So I was thinking about this. And maybe it isn't a wording, or maybe I'm just too analytical about it, but be less blessed. To me, that's saying, think about it and analyze it. I could be wrong. Quote me on this. Tell me what you think. Be less. Doesn't it? So I'm saying be more. Okay? You sneeze. Somebody sneezes. Say be more. If somebody asks you what the heck you talking about, be more you. When somebody sneezes, instead of bless you, be more you. Then explain it. Oh, you see that? You see that little wording? I don't know. Anyway, on that note, peace be with you guys all. Do whatever you want with that word. I was just experimenting with my thoughts, I guess. Peace.